the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy and damp good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, looking at the clouds, plenty of them over there. Really heavy clouds as we've gone through the morning hours. A little bit of precipitation overnight and early this morning. The majority of the precipitation has finally moved out, other than at the tip of Michigan's thumb, and then you move into the northern third of the lower peninsula, and we're seeing some rain shower activity turning over into freezing precipitation and now just plain old snow as we have gone through the last couple of hours. We are looking at a spot of snow that has just moved into the southwest corner of the lower peninsula. That spot is going to be working its way across the lower peninsula as we go through the afternoon. So right now we're in a holding pattern here in the Great Lakes Bay area, just with mostly cloudy skies. The winds will continue to pick up as we go into the afternoon, but we're not going to see the gusty winds that some folks a little bit further to the south are going to be seeing, because a low pressure system, which right now is centered over the west central part of the lower peninsula, is going to be moving pretty much right straight east. It'll cross through the Great Lakes Bay area, Michigan's thumb, and then into Canada. So with that counterclockwise circulation, we're going to see a little bit of a wind direction change. And along with that will come some gustier winds. Matthew, right now, what are we looking at temperature-wise?
Well, over at the airport, it's cloudy at 38 degrees. Over in Midland, it's cloudy at 39. Here at Radio Center, it's cloudy at 37 degrees. We have west winds at 24 miles per hour, gusting up to 35 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 29.31, and it's rising.
We're talking a little bit of rain shower activity now in Alpena. That is, as of just a few minutes ago, looking at some snow developing in Houghton Lake, and we're also looking at Oscoda with snow. All of that activity will be turning into completely snow. The Gaylord area looking at some heavy snow this hour. So if you are going to be traveling in the northern third of the lower peninsula, you will run into some snow squall activity that will be tapering off as we move into the early afternoon hours. Now, it'll be replaced with a little bit more scattered snow shower activity for the remainder of the day today, just like we will see here, and our temperatures will continue to drop. Our high temperature for the day was reached early morning hours of this morning. We've fallen through the 40s, and as Matthew said, we're right now moving into the upper 30s. We'll probably settle down to about 30 degrees later on this afternoon and tonight with mostly cloudy skies. Now, the winds will continue to gust up to about 35 miles per hour. Some of you may see some 40 mile per hour, but you get along and south Highway 69, the wind speeds will be 45 plus until later on this evening and early tomorrow morning, when we're not only going to see the winds decrease, we're also going to see more of a change from a south and a southwest wind to a west breeze. And that's going to be pretty much that west breeze for overnight tonight, morning hours tomorrow morning. And then as we move into the later afternoon hours on Saturday, it'll become more northwesterly, but then the wind speeds will really drop off somewhere between 5 and 8 miles per hour. Obviously, things have warmed up just a little bit. Many of you have enjoyed some temperatures in the 40s, if not the 50s. We did see a few cities that topped out more than 60 degrees over the past couple of days in southern Michigan. So as a result, the ice cover on the lakes has decreased somewhat. Lake Michigan right now is only reporting 18% ice cover. Lake Superior is 23%, so that hasn't changed too much, but they've dropped about 8 to 9% just over the past week or so. Lake Huron probably showing the biggest decrease, currently at 52%. We did see Lake Huron with better than 70% coverage here within the past couple of weeks. Lake Erie is dropping down now to 84% covered, and Lake Ontario is right now at 13%. High winds and tornadoes in Illinois and Indiana yesterday and overnight. Don't know exactly how many tornadoes were reported in Illinois, but the majority of them, they say, were quite light, but still tornadic activity. And it does appear as though we're going to see a little bit more of that. Not so close to us as Illinois and Indiana, as we will continue to see more of that weather in the Tennessee Valley area, the Gulf Coast states, and back in toward Oklahoma, Kansas, those particular states there, because much warmer air is going to be a part of the weather forecast for those southern states. Cooler air is going to be a part of the northern plains and the central part of the continental United States. So where those two are meshing, where they're getting together, that is going to be an excellent opportunity for some severe weather to develop. Very active Gulf, and that's the reason why, even though we're getting precipitation, the Gulf Coast states, there's low pressure cutting across those Gulf Coast states on a regular basis and heading out into the Atlantic and then moving up the East Coast, cutting off really the main flow of precipitation, of moisture that could move into the Tennessee Valley, the Ohio River Basin, and eventually up into and around Michigan. Because of that cutoff, whatever moisture now we're seeing and will be seeing is going to be rather limited. We're not going to see a whole lot of rain, and we haven't. Maybe 1/10 of an inch, maybe 0.15 of an inch. That's been it. And we really don't anticipate much more in the way of liquid precipitation. But the frozen precip, that is going to be in the weather forecast. So cloudy, spotty rain shower activity, which has finally tapered off here, but it's tapering off in northern Michigan and being replaced now with snow shower, snow flurry activity, and some heavy snow there. Looking at mostly cloudy skies, a low of 30 tonight. Sun will set at 6:14, rise tomorrow morning at 7:21. During the day tomorrow, we'll only get up to about 34 for a high, so not too much difference from our overnight low to our high temperature for tomorrow. Snow shower activity, a trace to maybe an inch during the day on Saturday. We'll have a west wind gusting to 20 miles per hour tomorrow, becoming northwesterly and dropping down somewhere, as we said, 5, 6, 7, 8 miles per hour on Saturday night. Now, Sunday, we're going to be looking at clouds, snow showers, not much of a change in temperatures after a high of 34 on Saturday, 27 for a low on Saturday night. And then on Sunday, 30 for a high, clouds, snow showers. We'll pick up more than likely another inch to an inch and a half during the day on Sunday. So altogether for the weekend, don't be surprised if a couple of inches in your backyard. There will be a chance of more snow, but it appears as though that's going to be in Michigan's thumb, and in particular the upper thumb, which would be eastern Tuscola County, Sanilac County, and Huron County. And again, that's for the day finishing off by about 7, 8 o'clock on Sunday night. Moving into Monday, mostly cloudy skies, upper 20s for a high, 15 for a low. Tuesday, cloudy skies, 32 for a high, 28 for a low. Tuesday night, another opportunity for moisture. It will be in the form of snow on Tuesday night, spilling over into the day on Wednesday. It'll start off with snow shower, snow flurry activity, and then rain shower activity, because our high temperature on Wednesday will peak out at right around 40 degrees, looking at low temperature of 24 on Wednesday night. So whatever precipitation we get on Wednesday night will be in the form of freezing precipitation, but that will taper off by midnight on Wednesday night, because moving into the day on Thursday, middle 30s for a high, partly cloudy skies. And we'll finish the week off with temperatures pretty close, if not a little bit above normal for this time of the year, which is 33 in the afternoon and 18 at night. Record high in the state, 62, set back in 1930. The record low is 15 below zero, set 11 years ago in 2015. A year ago today, our high was 25, our low was 13. We picked up about a half inch of snow. The warmest ever, 20th of February, was in 1930. 62 was our high, 46 was our low. The coldest ever, 2015, 13 was our high, 15 below zero was our low. And the most amount of snow on this date, you got to go back to 2005. We had a foot of snow on the 20th of February. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, who do we have today?
Coming up next, we have Kevin Pike from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Mark down on your calendar a week from tomorrow. That's going to be February the 28th. The Thumb Area Old Engine and Tractor Association will be hosting its 22nd annual Farm Collectibles and Toy Show at the Brentwood in Caro. Starts at 8:30 in the morning, goes till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You're going to see vendors with farm toys, antiques, collectibles, and literature. This is a buy, sell, and swap event. There is a admission donation of $3 for adults. Children 12 and under are admitted free. If you'd like more information, all you got to do is go to carotractorshow.com. Again, carotractorshow.com. And we'll give you a sneak preview next Friday, a week from today, as we broadcast live from the Brentwood to talk all about the 22nd annual Farm Collectibles and Toy Show put on by the Thumb Area Old Engine and Tractor Association. Our broadcast will be brought to you by the folks at Steiner Tractor, new parts for old tractors made easy, and the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They're there for farmers. Make them your hometown financial solution. We say good morning to Kevin over at Star of the West. Kevin Pike, what's going on today?
Well, we have a little bit of a rally still holding up here in the wheat market here, and the corn's trying to tag along, and then soys are kind of finding themselves in a little short covering day, it seems like. There's a little overbought there.
Any particular reason what this strength in the wheat continuing because of some reports that have come out this week?
Yeah, what I've been reading up on is it's a lot of the funds being covered. They had some large short positions here, and then there's a little bit of some bullish news also coming from the Black Sea region, along with some weather concerns over there. And also there is a dryness across the plains with nearly half of the winter wheat areas experiencing some drought. But reading up on some of that stuff, it looks like those conditions rarely correlate with the impact of the final yield. So we might have to be striking on this rally while it's hot here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I bet you got a little interest going today as far as wheat goes.
Oh, yeah, definitely. These last few days here, we've been picking up some interest, and even really with some new crop stuff. I know some of the guys here are looking for about $6, and I mean, we're not too far away from that. We're at 584 futures right now, so another good couple days, and we could definitely get there.
Yeah, it sure sounds that way. So right now on the board at Star of the West, what do you have, Kevin?
Yep, we have cash wheat is up 10 at 555 on the white, 480 on the red. New crop is up 10 at 575 on the white, 490 on the red. Cash corn is up 1 at 382. New crop is up 2 at 414. Cash soybeans is down 4 at 1072, and new crop is down 2 at 1041.
You have a great weekend, Kevin. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. You as well, Terry.
You betcha. Kevin Pike over at Star of the West. A little bit more in depth as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me. The Market Report brought to you by Thumb Bank, working with agriculture since 1895, and they've seen a whole lot of challenges going on since 1895 when it comes to agriculture. And that's why the experts at Thumb Bank work with history, and they understand what history has done to agriculture given certain circumstances. Industry trends, changes in your operation, yeah, it's going to happen. That's why you should be dealing with the folks that have been dealing with agriculture and have the history behind them. Thumb Bank, 13 locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. Doug Klein, good morning.
Oh, good morning.
What are we looking at now?
Well, I got a couple things going on. GDP came in at 1.4%. They say badly missing the estimate. So I guess more stimulus. That's what we want, right? Inflation is at 3%, so that's a little bit hot. So they can't do too much stimulus. And then the Supreme Court struck down the tariffs that Trump put in place. So it kind of leaves us on the hook for rebating that $176 billion that he's collected for the tariffs. So I don't know, could be interesting. A lot of these corporations on Wall Street benefited resoundingly from the tariffs that were put in place. So that doesn't seem to affect the stock market. Stock market's just fine, going up anywhere from a quarter to a full percentage point, depending on which market you look at. So everything is fine. Anyway, so here's your numbers. The March corn is 426 3/4, up a penny. September corn 448 3/4, up 2 1/4. March soybeans 11.36, down a nickel. The September soybeans 11.19, down 3 1/4. The March wheat 569 1/4, down up 9 3/4, and the September wheat 594 1/2, up 8 3/4. Sugar's at 13.87, up 17 cents. The crude oil is 66.09, down 31 cents. Heating oil 261 1/2, that's unchanged. Gasoline is $2 even, that is down a half a penny. And natural gas is 305.9, that's up 9 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, US dollar buys $1.3690 Canadian, that's up by 11 ticks. The dollar buys 155.01 yen, up by 3 ticks. The euro's at 117.75, that's up by 3 ticks. The dollar's at 97.80, down 12 ticks. Gold's at $5,065.20, up $85.40 an ounce. Silver's $82.43, that's up $4.80. Platinum's $21.42.20, up $80. And copper's at $581.75, up 8 cents.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
What a way to end the week.
Oh, yeah. Total confusion. Dazed and confused.
Yeah, give us a chance to sharpen the pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready for Monday.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. You have a good weekend, Doug.
You too.
You take care. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Want to remind you just real quick, the ballot for the Michigan Wheat Program continuation referendum, you got to get it postmarked by today. So if you haven't filled that continuation referendum out, you better get it done. Take it to the post office, take it inside the post office, and have them date it for the 20th. Because if it doesn't show a postmark the 20th or before, it's not going to be counted. Again, programs, if they want to continue, the checkoffs must pass by more than 50% of the popular vote and also production. So you might want to check all this out, because the checkoff program will continue through August of 2031 once these votes are taken care of. So again, the Michigan Wheat Program referendum, the deadline for getting that in, it must be postmarked by today, February the 20th. We'll be right back with more.
The versatile Kubota B Series is a do-it-all tractor. Run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. It features a hydrostatic transmission and is simple to maintain. The Kubota B Series. It makes the hard work look easy. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
See Kim Weiss at Lingle Equipment, 3001 Sawyer Drive along I-75 at the M81 Carroll exit just south of the Zilwaukee Bridge, Saginaw. Call Kim today at 989-754-7801 or email at k.weiss@lingle1.com.
You know, if you're a farmer, a contractor, a maintenance supervisor, you kind of get the idea. Anybody that has to deal with equipment, everybody knows that equipment breaks down. Now, how critical is that breakdown to you? Maybe it's really critical. You're in the middle of a job, you got to have stuff done, and the equipment breaks down. Seized bearing, failed electric motor, busted roller chain, leaky hose, whatever. Here's a number. This is the 911 when it comes to breakdowns on your equipment. 989-695-2239. Again, that's 989-695-2239. Whose number is it? Hammond Drives and Equipment in Freeland. Real experienced people. They'll take your call, provide options. They'll address your problem promptly. They've got 2 warehouses conveniently located in the heart of the Tri-Cities and thousands of square feet of inventory. Industrial products to keep your business running. Downtime for factories, farmers, contractors, and landscapers is lost time. Don't lose that time. Call Hammond. Hammond Equipment and Drives in Freeland, 989-695-2239. Remember, no problems, only solutions when you deal with Hammond. Things have been kind of active in Washington, D.C. these past few days. Let's find out what's going on. Switch to a report now from Michigan Ag Today.
Your lawmakers in Congress not only have a new farm bill that's been introduced, but there could also be legislation coming soon to tackle farm labor reform. Greg Allen has more.
Farm groups say the labor shortage has been building for decades, leaving producers struggling to find enough workers to plant, tend, and harvest crops. Lawmakers have attempted reforms before, but so far, none have crossed the finish line. According to House Ag Chair G.T. Thompson,
we have drafted a bill. We have finished, I think we finished with technical assistance from the Department of Labor. And our next step is putting it out for discussion draft.
The new proposal is expected to make it easier for farmers to apply for and hire legal workers by streamlining the application process. It would also expand access to year-round labor, a key need for dairy, livestock, and specialty crop producers who don't operate on a seasonal schedule.
A couple weeks, 3 weeks, month at the most, and then we'll be introducing that bill. And I think it's going to be a great bipartisan bill. I think it's going to be one that perhaps breaks this whole foreign worker gridlock.
In addition, the legislation would include stronger protections for migrant workers, especially during extreme heat and dangerous weather conditions. Supporters say the goal is to provide stability for both farmers and workers while helping ensure a reliable food supply.
It's not about citizenship. This is about reliable workforce. This is about food security.
That was Greg Allen with Michigan Ag Today. Let's slide over to Stephanie Zelenko now at AgriLiquid. Stephanie, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. Thank you.
Well, things warmed up. Things are going to cool down. Things will probably warm up again. So the roller coaster of Mother Nature is in full force right now. What are we telling producers?
For sure. It's that time of year where the weather changes every couple of days. But that means that we're getting closer to that springtime. So again, telling producers to educate themselves, get their inputs bought, and just get ready for spring, because at one point in time, it will just start going the other direction, that we get warmer and warmer, and we need to be prepared for that. And so that's kind of now the game point we're at right now is just get ready for planting.
And as far as the inputs go, are we running into any shortages? What are we looking at?
I am unfortunately hearing that there could be shortages, maybe not necessarily due to demand, more to logistics, that products aren't in the places where they need to be, specifically looking on the phosphorus and even a little bit on the nitrogen side. And that's kind of a big, more global picture or across the U.S. picture. So it could be a little bit different localized, but always good advice. Get those products in your inventory as quickly as you can. That's the only guarantee that you'll have them at time for planting.
Very good. Good advice. Stephanie, you have a nice weekend, okay?
Thank you. You too.
You bet. Stephanie Zelenko with AgriLiquid. Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain, your Dairyland seed headquarters. Vic Huffer and his staff ready to answer any questions you might have. Remember, serving you is their business, and they've been doing it since 1983, Freeland Bean and Grain. Farm Service also brought to you today by the folks at the Michelson Crop Insurance Agency. Remember, they're licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. You can get a hold of their agents directly on their cells for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office, 989-868-4722. The Michelson Crop Insurance Agency. Back at 12:30 with an update, so you stick around for that. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.